And now after seeing the movie, I'm less sure. Which is the polar opposite effect is what he was looking for. So now I have to inquire more, and I'm more interested in. So when he's trying to turn us off, I'm actually more interested in it because they had a more compelling argument than he did.
Warning! You're watching Dr. Todd Lee TV, where theoretically you could learn a bunch of cool shit.
So I just saw Am I Racist? It's the Matt Walsh documentary. Now, if you don't know what that is, probably stop watching this, because without the context of knowing who Matt Walsh is and what the documentary is about, this isn't going to make any sense. This is getting hard to support my arm. There you go, that's more helpful. So, I was disappointed. I expected this to be more funny. It was actually just kind of pathetic. So, for those, it's basically like Borat, only he's playing himself half the movie. And it's highlighting how the race hustlers are scammers. And really, although that is technically a true statement, one thing I didn't expect to happen was a lot of the race hustlers seemed very reasonable and made a lot of good points. And it actually, whereas I went in the movie with my own biases against the whole issue, I found myself more interested in the other side's arguments. And then now I see myself more in the middle of the subject. So the movie had the polar opposite effect on me than it was intending to. That my opinions haven't really changed about the over dramatization of racism by the media and how it's wrong to capitalize on this and take advantage of guilty white people by taking their money to do seminars on how they can become less racist. However, the people leading these seminars made more sense. Some of them were more insufferable than others. The highlight is Robin DeAngelis. I went in there expecting to hate her. She seemed really a very normal person. Seemed really nice, actually. So, and then I was kind of cringed out by how he acted, Matt Walsh acted. And I think one of the most disturbing things about the movie is when he's deceiving people into thinking he's someone else. For instance, there's a seminar where these people pay $30,000 for this speaker, and then he grandstands and hijacks it and makes it all about him. And it's like, I don't have respect for people who have white guilt, and enough to the tune that they're going to spend money on hiring someone to tell them that they're sucky because they're white. Nor do I have respect for the woman who leads this parade of stupidity because she's taking advantage of people. And her service is definitely worth $30,000. They're probably not even worth $300. But he was more reprehensible in grandstanding because they did spend the money where I agree with their self-hatred and I agree with how they spend their money or not. It's their fucking money and they can spend it on whatever they want. And it's not his place to ruin the experience for them that they paid for. It's like going into a movie you don't like and then making noises and screaming out the endings and ruining the movie for the people in the audience who really care about that movie. Like, whether I respect them and respect the movie and respect the filmmakers, it's worse to ruin the movie for them than just to leave them the fuck alone. Or if you're gonna, like, sneak in and observe them and pretend to be one of them, just shut the fuck up. Be like Alex Jones at Bohemian Grove and keep a low profile. Don't make it all about you. The message of the movie was good at the end, but And when he went and talked to people, both black and white, they all made, normal, sensible humans made good points about how it's totally blown out of proportion. But the whole concept is just cringy. This isn't to detract from how good What Is a Woman was. What Is a Woman was fantastic. But if What Was a Woman was like a 9, this movie's like a 2. And I definitely think it was a waste of money to go see it at the theater. So, although I'm still a Matt Walsh fan, and he might not like my review of the movie, his show's good. And the Judge Matt Walsh, where he does a courtroom drama like Judge Judy, that show is hysterical. But this movie was the worst thing he's done that I've seen so far. Mostly because it's really wrong to deceive people. It's really wrong to waste their money. Everything else about the film was pretty much fine, except for when he crashed the dinner, the race dinner, and when he crashed the race seminar, and when he misled people into coming to his race seminar. The interviews were fine. The rest of the movie was those particular 3 incidents where he's basically being deceptive in some way and indirectly wasting people's time and money is a form of harm. I'm not saying words are violence by any means, but it's just, it's not appropriate. Those white people need a therapist for being so guilty about this bullshit, because they didn't have slaves. But educating yourself about systemic racism and unconscious bias is valuable, and I'm more interested after seeing the movie, even though the movie was supposed to make me not. And what's funny is I went into I Am a Racist thinking that I'm not racist, and now after seeing the movie, I'm less sure. Which is the polar opposite effect is what he was looking for. So now I have to inquire more, and I'm more interested in. So when he's trying to turn us off, I'm actually more interested in it because they had a more compelling argument than he did. Anyway, peace. Greetings, Earthlings! Like, subscribe, and share this video. Share with a friend. Share with enemies. Share with people who think they know everything. Spread it like herpes. Also, speaking of herpes, I am a medical doctor, and I could be your doctor. That only requires you to click the link in the description box. I can order you blood work, I can read the blood work, I can treat any illnesses. It's like an HRT clinic that's a one-man army. Also, I do coaching. Dr. Karina Dodson and I have a coaching business called Apex Coaching. So if you sign up with me, you get coaching, which is nutrition, programming, competition prep, or lifestyle coaching, as well as all the medical stuff. So you have 3 people, 2 doctors in one business